The Mary Jane Garcia Champion for Animals Milagro Award is given for exceptional leadership, courage, and persistence in the face of opposition, resulting in positive change for animals. Awarded for the first time in 2007, the distinction goes to Albuquerque City Councilor Sally Maye, a woman whose tenacity is as great as some of her dogs are large. When Sally first considered running for city council, she knew she'd have to live in a different part of town to improve her chances of winning. During this time, she rescued a half-starved puppy, a pit bull cross, who had been loose in her neighborhood for several days. Months later, a neighbor came to her door to claim the dog. By this time, Peanut was part of the family. The neighbor refused $250 for the dog. The police advised Sally to give up the dog. If she wouldn't, she was asking for trouble, they said. These weren't the sort of people to take a quarrel lightly.
And I wasn't about to give up Peanut, so I moved to the Northeast Heights and ran for city councilor. And actually, I started working on prairie dogs first. And there had been an article about poisoning prairie dogs, and that was just horrible.
Sally met the prairie dog pals.
I took a tour with our parks people all around the city looking at this and going, we've got to figure out a better way, and that group of people had a better way. So that was really the first issue. I was able to get city money to help relocate some prairie dogs.
The Heart Ordinance was getting closer to passing soon after Sally's re-election, when a weak attempt at a recall failed to remove her from her second term.
It was ugly. For the couple months that it's going on, it's very painful, but it was worth it. We had over 16 full drafts of the legislation, and I had a lot of help. Vicki Elke, Greg Wheeler, I couldn't have done it without them. And then after Denise Wilcox started working for Animal Services, she helped too. Because we didn't want to create something that we really couldn't implement. So it took a long time.
The Heart Ordinance is having numerous positive impacts on the animal population in Albuquerque. Heart's most important benefit?
I think it's the mandatory spay and neuter. In just 7 months, I know we did 1,800 animals. Eventually, if we keep that up, we will stop having those huge intake numbers at the shelter. And adoption is wonderful, but there's a limited amount of people that are ever going to adopt, and our supply so outweighs our demand.
For the thousands of animals who will never need to know suffering because of you, Councilor Maye, thank you.